Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Daily for Sunday, January 11th, 2026. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Joey. We've got every game from last night's NHL slate, plus league trends, standings context, and the latest verified news.
Fast, factual, and ready for action. Let's get into it. In Toronto, the Toronto Maple Leafs shut out the Vancouver Canucks 5-0. Joseph Woll made 29 saves for his second shutout of the season, and William Nylander had a goal and 2 assists in his return from injury.
Toronto scored early and often, with goals from Matthias Maselli, Max Domi, John Tavares, and Nicholas Robertson. Vancouver struggled, going 0 for 6 on the power play and extending their losing streak.
And this result fits into a larger pattern for the Leafs. Improved defensive structure, more timely offense beyond just the top line, and a growing point streak. They're now 7-0-2 in their last 9 games and have won several in a row with consistency in goal and up front. Key takeaway? Toronto looks calmer, more connected, and better positioned in the playoff picture. In Edmonton, the Los Angeles Kings edged the Edmonton Oilers 4-3 in a shootout.
Despite the loss, Connor McDavid extended his career-high point streak to 18 games, tied to his incredible consistency and offensive impact.
McDavid's playmaking and scoring, including a third-period goal that tied this game, continues to anchor Edmonton's season even when the team falls short in tight games. Key takeaway? McDavid remains the most consistent offensive driver in the NHL. In Pittsburgh, the Calgary Flames took a 2-1 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins, snapping the Penguins' 6-game winning streak. Key takeaway? Calgary's goaltending and timely scoring made the difference.
The Vegas Golden Knights doubled up the St. Louis Blues 4-2. Mark Stone extended his scoring streak to 7 games, tying the franchise mark for consecutive games with a goal.
Mitch Marner, in his 700th NHL game, added a goal and an assist, contributing to Vegas' 3rd straight win. Key takeaway? Vegas is rolling again offensively and getting contributions from throughout the lineup. New York battled back for a 4-3 OT win in Minnesota. The Islanders kept pushing and got the extra point when it mattered. Key takeaway? Islanders' resilience continues to generate points even when games are tight. One of the biggest scores of the night, the Boston Bruins racked up a 10-2 win over the New York Rangers. Pavel Zacha scored a hat trick, and David Pastrnak recorded 6 assists. Key takeaway? When Boston's depth clicks, they're almost unstoppable. Let's step back for a moment and look at some of the bigger trends shaping the league right now.
Connor McDavid's extended 18-point streak is currently the longest in the NHL this season, showcasing elite production night after night, even in games where Edmonton doesn't get the win. Key insight? This level of consistency puts McDavid among the sport's most unstoppable offensive performers at any given stretch of a season.
Across the league, Nikita Kucherov and the Tampa Bay Lightning continue their surge. In their most recent game, Tampa Bay scored 7 goals, and Kucherov was a driving force. Key insight? While different than a single-game streak, his sustained points rate remains among the most impactful in the league, especially in power play and transition scoring.
Back to the Leafs. With last night's win, Toronto has extended its point streak to 9 games, 7-0-2, and built positive momentum after Nylander's return. Key insight? Toronto's improved structure through the middle and timely scoring from multiple lines is helping them stay competitive in a tight Atlantic division.
Here's the latest confirmed lineup news around the league. William Nylander officially back in the Leafs lineup after injury, impactful in his first game back. Carter Hart of the Golden Knights is out week to week with a lower body issue. Jakob Slavin has returned to the Hurricanes lineup. Key takeaway, teams are still managing injuries mid-season as playoff races tighten. Confirmed, no major deadline moves reported yet beyond roster activations.
Unconfirmed chatter, some internal discussions around deadline depth additions, particularly around top offensive teams, unverified at this time and subject to change.
Looking ahead to tonight's matchups, several divisional battles on the docket, including key Pacific Division clashes and a marquee showdown featuring the Leafs on the road.
Storylines to watch. Can Toronto keep this momentum rolling? Which McDavid line combinations find chemistry first? Will Tampa Bay's offense stay hot?
That wraps up today's NHL Daily.
We'll be back tomorrow with another full recap of all the action.
Thanks for listening, and keep your stick on the ice.